Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? I'm rushing up to the pigs with the very last of the straw that we own, so that they can have a little bit of bedding, because they don't have a huge amount right now. If I just quickly show you the pig and so on numbers, we've got straw. I went and did some grass for the cattle. I went and got some in the forage wagon with the mower on the front. That's been dealt with. We put the power food in for them, so the cattle are just fine now. They've got at least 3 days worth on those two there, I would say. So my estimate. Corn and straw for the pigs. We've got very little of both, and we're up to 290 pigs. This straw is not going to last them very long. We'll tip all of this in for them, and we're going to be planting some corn. I don't know how much corn we're going to plant. Probably one of the big fields we'll plant with corn. And then the rest of the fields I need to split evenly between a protein and either wheat or barley. I'll probably do barley this time, and then something else to go with it, so that we don't have to keep relying on buying in the pig food. Although I think it could be an interesting exercise to not grow crops for the pigs, to grow crops to sell and then buy in the pig food, and run the pigs as kind of a separate thing just off of the bought-in pig food. I'm not sure about that. I'd have to see. But let's dump this in here so that they've got bedding enough to just keep them going for a little while. And we'll start heading back down the bottom. The next thing that we're going to do today is sort out the rest of the pig food. And when that's been dealt with, then we've got to start doing some planting. We've got a load of planting to do in the 2 new fields. But I think we'd probably need a bigger seed drill before we get started in there, so we'll take a look at that as well. On the way down, my question for this week is all about what map do you want me to go to next. We have got, including this week, another 4 weeks left. Episode 72 will be our final episode on Sosnovka. So I have got 5 separate maps. If you missed yesterday's episode, I spent most of yesterday talking about the new maps and what they're going to be like. So if you want all of my opinions and short descriptions of these maps, then head over to that episode, check it out, and you'll see what I think of them all. Otherwise, you can download and install these 5 maps from the mod hub, explore them yourselves, and see what you think of them. Option number 1 is Giants Island 09. It has been completely redone, so it's new textures, and it's got the pigs and the sheep and the cattle all added in, and looks pretty good. So for those of you who want a bit of nostalgia back to Giants 09, that is the one for you. Then we've got Watea Valley. That is a New Zealand style map. Most of it is done out in grass, very hilly terrain, some flat fields but not very many. The flat fields are so that you can plant maize silage. The map is based on New Zealand, so it's mostly about grass production, and not arable production. So for those of you who'd like a different style, a different approach to how things are done, that would be the map for you. Then we have got Vogelsberg. Vogelsberg is a map that is, I'm just going right through the shrubbery here, small scale map with slightly larger fields. Nothing like, I'd say like these starting fields here, 14, 19, maybe 20 and 15, that kind of scale. So it's not huge, and the map itself is a small map. It's probably about half the size of this one, maybe even a third the size of this one, so it's not very big at all, and it's very well made, but I would say that you could sort of go into it with medium style machinery. Then you've got Lossberg, which is, again, it's a small map, but it's very small fields, small lanes, difficult to get round. That would be for small to medium machinery. It's absolutely fantastic. Beautifully well-made map. And then finally, we've got Old Streams version 2. Many of you already know about Old Streams. It was suggested by a lot of people. Old Streams and Lossberg are both very, very similar. So if you'd like to see something like Old Streams but not actually Old Streams, because so many other people are doing that one, then by all means go for Lossberg instead. But both of those are definitely, it's Lossberg and Old Streams are my joint favourite of these 5 options, but I genuinely love all 5 of these options. pick the one that you want. Head into the comment section down below, let us know which one it is that you want and why, and of course don't forget to cast your vote up in the top right hand corner. It is your vote, it's your game. Now, we'll just finish doing this. I'm actually going to need some fuel, aren't I? I'll run back to the yard, I'll get some fuel for this combine, and then I will come back and continue on with the cutting, and then I will meet you up at the dealership, where we are going to need to buy a very large quantity of pig food in order to keep the pigs happy and fed, because we have run out of corn. We could go and take this corn up to them, but we've also pretty much run out of some of the other stuff as well, so it would be good to fill them right up. We're approaching 300 pigs now, and as soon as that productivity goes back up, that is going to change these numbers quite significantly. It is not going to take very long at all for us to reach our target of 400 pigs. Combine's been dealt with, and I just realised we've still got this one on lease, and we're not supposed to. So I'm going to run this one back up to the store, we'll return it, and we will buy the quad bike, because we definitely want the quad bike. This thing is great fun. I have spent quite a bit of time off screen bombing this thing around the map. I have noticed it's quite easy to tip it over, so I spend an awful lot of time racing away from the store, only to have to reset it and race away from the store once more. It does seem to be a repeatable pattern that is quite easy to keep repeating with the ATV. So yeah, we're going to buy it. I did say previously that we would buy it. I think it's in cars. Yes, there we go. Right. Select 17,495 euros and buy. Right. Now, I also said that we need to buy the baling technology. I think this now is everything that we've committed already to buying on this map. We want the Artisan. So that is 70,000 euros. Buy that one. And we also want the Kuhn baler, the square baler, select and buy that one for 105,000 euros. I don't think there was anything else that we have committed to buying. We've got the slurry tank now. We can get the manure spreader, but we don't necessarily have to get that one. That wasn't one that we committed to buying. The beet harvesters, that is going to be leased. So yeah, I think I have covered everything that I was supposed to buy. We need to get the belt systems so we can get those up to the top, but we're not going to do that yet. Today, we're getting some pig food. So we need to buy a bag of pig food. That is 1,400 euros for 1,000 litres, but that is going to take a while to keep tipping into the trailer. So I've got this mod, times X, or VX, or I can't remember what it's called, big bag mod. There'll be a link in the description. This is an external mod, so it's only available for PC. And you get a ×2 or ×4 for fertilizer and for seed. Liquid fertilizer is ×2 or ×3, and pig food is ×2 or ×4. So we will try one of those. There we go. And we will try one of those. Now, I should just tell you, it says in the description to the mod, make sure you've got some big machinery to pick this stuff up with, because the weights are proportionate, so it could be difficult to pick up the 4 stacks one on top of the other. They don't separate out, they're just as they are. So we've got our pallet forks over here on our front loader, and someone the link that I've provided, I think, is the original link from modland.net. Judging by comments and the way that it's uploaded, I think that is the original one. If it's not, I apologise. If someone could provide me with the original link, and I will upload it. But like I said, I think this is the original link. So yeah, you can head over there, and it didn't take me to any kind of dodgy download site, anything like that. It took me straight to a in-website download, which was nice and easy to do. So I was quite pleased with that. One of the comments on there, I haven't tried this yet, but they did say that it was... Oop, there we go, too far. So there's our pig food going in, so we've got 1,000 litres of pig food there. They said that if you buy them, and then you save and exit the game, when you come back, they will have vanished. So take that into consideration. It might be that you just got to limit what you buy. Don't store them elsewhere, maybe empty them out, I'm not quite sure, but test that at your leisure, and try to see what it'll do, but just be aware that you could end up losing the stacks of them if you try to exit the game with them still here. It might be better to do what I'm doing now and load them all into a trailer. So let's get this one. We've got grade A pig food right there. I like the idea of this. The other option that I found was a tank, a placeable tank, like with the seeds and the fertilizer in that. But I thought, well, we've already seen that. That's something that's been done. So I'd like to do something a little bit different. It's not unloading. Right. I didn't test this mod at all before I got it. So maybe that is very, very wavy up in the air up there. I'm hoping that we can... Maybe it's a different position on it. The single bag would unload into here. It might be because of the update, but it would appear that we can't... oh, hang on. Maybe there is an option. Maybe we've got to do the unload. We can try it. Unload anywhere. Go to the front. All-wheel steering. Right, it's not having it. Okay, we seem to have an issue with this mod. It doesn't like us. It doesn't want to empty. We're going to have to try and find a way to get it over to the pigs. If I just lower that down a minute, and I will go and get the... There we go. Let's go and get the 4x1. If this doesn't work, I'm going to look slightly foolish, because I went for this one rather than the placeable tank, because I thought it'd be nice to have something different. And if it doesn't work, it's not really what we're after, is it? I'll tell you what we could do. We could just buy a trailer, especially for this, and use that instead. And right, that is very heavy, but can we unload it into the trailer? I mean, I guess I could understand why it wouldn't allow you to unload it into the trailer, because it's all the pallets stacked one on top of the other, but I mean, how else are you supposed to unload it? Let's go here. Is there an unload anywhere? Right, there doesn't seem to be any option when we're away from there either. So, why is this mod... Right, I've got to be very careful how I do this. I don't want to end up... Right, it would help if I had my joystick set slightly differently so that I'm not trying to tip it over. Now, let's ease forward. It's very, very light on the front now. Look at that. Brilliant. Right, let's... I'm going to get rid of the map. Now, that is certainly an interesting look. Is it going to allow us to... It's not unloading. I didn't really expect it to. Not this time round. Okay. It doesn't work. Great mod and all, but it doesn't work. So we're going to have to either... Lower it down. Careful, careful, careful. We're going to either have to get a auto-load trailer and just try it with an auto-load trailer, or load it onto a regular trailer. I think we're going to go... I think we'll do an auto-load trailer. So let's just go to an old favourite of ours, the auto-load trailer. And that one... let's go with the original one, just in case there's any issues with this, rather than our private modified one. So we've got the transport runner, UAL, and I won't get anything different, so we'll buy that for 17,000 euros. There we go. Back out of there, and we want to get a dolly. We'll go for the modded one with the extra wheel. I found this one is better. Did I buy that? I don't think I did. Buy. There. Right, now back out. Great demand at Garden Centre for wood chips. No, we don't want wood chips just yet. So let's come over here with the tractor, and I will unhitch this one. There, we've got 1,000 litres of pig food in there. I suppose I should have put a back attacher on this trailer, because then I could have towed the IT runner along with us. That's right. I'll unload the IT runner another time. We can deal with that. Let's just first see if we can auto-load these pallets. If we can't auto-load these pallets, I'm not really sure what the point of this mod... Well, we can try and load the pallets on, but I'm hoping that they are still recognised as pallets. But it's being able to unload them at the other end. That's going to be the main issue. So we come out here, and I'll go into here, and then we want to go Z to change, round bales, HTTP, oh, pallets, too far. Pallets. And then we go X for work position, which basically starts the auto load. Right, it does load these up. So we know that we can load these up, so we'll buy a few more. I'm not quite sure how many more we're going to buy, but we'll run over here and we'll get a few more. If I say get 5 of the very biggest ones, and we'll do that for now. We'll get 5 of the times 4 ones, because that's 4,000, that's 20,000. You know, we're going to want more than that, aren't we? I'll get 10 of them. That's what I'll get 10 of these. That should fill everything up quite nicely then. And get them loaded onto the trailer, and then we can start heading up to the pigs. Now, before we head up to the pigs, I've also loaded these. So now I'm going to try unloading them on the trailer and strapping them, just to see how these pallets cope with straps. So we'll unload onto the trailer now. Boom. Do you see that flattened down? The weight that is on this trailer is phenomenal. That is brilliant. Right, and it's only strapping the very bottom one. I'm hoping, though, that that will be okay. If it tips over, or we have anything unusual happen, I will, obviously I'll show you, I'll let you see what's happened. Otherwise, I'm going to meet you at the pigs with this load of pig food, and we'll see what we can do with it. It's a very good job we've got a powerful tractor on this one, I think. These are very, very heavy. Now, what I'm hoping is that we can just drive over here and it will all unload. The reason I'm going to do it like this is because I've actually seen a trailer like this in real life, where they loaded up with a load of pallets of stuff. We're going to move this one off out the way. You can just go there for a second. But yeah, what I seen is a trailer. It wasn't quite as long as this, but you had a load of drums that could be taken off and put back on again as and when they wanted, and then there were a series of holes underneath the middle of the drum on where each drum went, where it was sort of held in by a frame. There was a hole underneath, so you could pull the trailer up over an unloading station, and then you operated a hydraulic lever in the cab, and it moved a chute back over all of them. It was a homemade device. It definitely wasn't a full market one. It was a custom built homemade one, and it worked fantastically. It was absolutely perfect. So we're going to just say that that is what we're using here. We're using something similar here. So it's kind of realistic, but it does save us having to drag the Kramer all the way over here and unload these one by one, so that we can get on with other things. And I'd like to see just if it will work. I'm quite curious to see if it will. Whoa, no! Why is it all sliding off? It's because I unloaded it too soon, isn't it? That's why. Now, does it actually do what we want it to do? I had a feeling it's not going to do that anyway. I've got a feeling it's going to just behave in very, very weird way. Right, we need to move that robot out the way first. So let's just move this one on up here. And now it doesn't look like this is going to... Oh, hang on. There's one missing. Does that mean it's actually fed the pigs? The food's going in. It's working. Yes. Right. Let me stop that a second. I'm going to back out. That's about as far as I can back. It should just unload that front one. Right. Now, for these, we're going to auto-load them now. I think I need to press X just to auto-load. There. Now, it shouldn't unload them at the moment. It shouldn't unload them while they're it's on the auto-load bit, because they shouldn't be part of the map. So let's just take a look. Right, it's not adding anything in there. So we'll just pull forward. While it's on this setting, we'll pull forward and we'll spin round. And then we'll pull right over it and start unloading it then. What we need to do is we need to do the unloading while we're not moving at all, so that it doesn't kind of glitch and wiggle out, because it was while we were moving and it didn't like it at all. So this mod, it does work. It's not the greatest. Let's be honest, it's definitely not the greatest. It's got some issues that need to be ironed out, but generally we can do this. So let me just stop loading and press Y to unload right where it is, and that should... You don't see any animation of the pallets unloading, which is a little bit of a shame. No animation at all on it, but if we look in here, it is adding the pig food into the troughs. It's doing it slowly. It's doing it very, very slowly, but everything is topping up. We've got all 4 of our feed things. We've got corn, wheat, barley, canola, sunflower, soybeans, and the potatoes and sugar beet. They all got stuff going into them, but it is taking its sweet time. That's all. We've unloaded the first one, so now we're doing the second one, and we've got no way of seeing what the actual quantities are. The trailer doesn't register what the quantities are. Partly that's because it's on the dolly, and I have found with other things that if it's on a dolly you can't see the quantity, but if it's not on a dolly, if it's just on the back of a lorry, then you do get to see the quantities of it. It's kind of a little bit odd how it works like that, but there we go. So that is now starting to fill up quite nicely, and we're on 99% productivity. You've got to get these up in the green to reach 100% productivity, but at the moment 99 is pretty good. So that's every 30 minutes we're getting a new pig, and we get another one in 11 minutes. With that bit though, once that goes higher, it takes a lot longer now to drop down, but even if we just stay at every 30 minutes, 2 days of game time will give us another 96 pigs. So in 2 and a little bit days of game time, we will reach our 400 pig target. It's unlikely that we're going to be doing a lot of selling by picking the animals up in our trailer and then running them up to the sell point. Because of the quantities involved, we will most likely just sell them direct from here. So this mod, it's okay. We will, I think, have to test the capabilities of the fertilizer and the seed to see how they tip out. But I'm thinking that I will actually try and find a pig food silo that we can get food directly from. That might be a better option for us. These are now starting to come. They're all out of the red. That's a good start. It is taking an awful long time. I'm going to let this one finish. Oh, we've got 3 left. I'm going to let this finish, and when it has, I will go back over. We'll keep this trailer. I think I've actually got the dolly somewhere, so we didn't need to buy another dolly. That's all right. We'll keep this one. Yeah, I'll go and we can start getting something else set up. We've got other things that we need to do as well. We have finished combining this field here. If you take a quick look at the map, we're on field 19. I'm going over to 20 and 15, the bigger one combined. Just about filled up the tractor and trailers again. So that'll be the second lot that we've got in there. The pigs, if you take a quick look at them, that is how much we got. We bought 10 of those quadruple pallets, 10 of the 4 times pallets, which was over 50,000 euros. And we bought a double and we bought a single as well. The single hasn't been put in yet. But anyway, that's how much we filled them up by. So it takes a huge amount of money to feed the pigs. It'd be interesting to see what the profit is if we were to do it just like that. And I am seriously considering, when we move on to our new map, it would be nice to have all the different animals, and I'll probably give you some options as to what animals we start with. I'd like to start with some animals on the next map, but what I'm considering doing is not putting in any of the crops that we grow for our animals. Whatever animals it is that we get, I won't put in any crops for them. What we'll do is we will only buy in feed for them and put that in for them. So then we can sort of see just how much profit we do actually make from them. I think that'd be quite an interesting thing to do. We may not do it for the whole series, but it's an idea I'm toying with. I'll probably put that onto a vote. So I will let this one carry on, and we will go back over to the dealership. We've got more things that we need to buy. So one thing I'm going to need to do is get that trailer there up and emptied out into the pigs, because we've got 1,000 litres of pig food in there. And we've got our baler and we've got our artisan stacker there, but what we don't have at the moment is a decent seed drill. The seed drill that we've got, we're going to need 2 seed drills. At the moment we have got that one there. It's a little tiny 3-meter seed drill, and then we've got this one, which is a 4.5-meter. That's the row crop one. That one I think is okay. I don't think we need to upgrade that one, but I do think that we need to upgrade the other one. And if we look through here, yeah, see, I got 2 of those. Just seeing if there was anything else, and we don't have any leased items anymore, which is perfect. That's what we want. So let's have a look in our sewing machines. We will have to bring the small seed drill back up and get it sold at some point. I'm not quite sure when that will be. So the Watea 6-meter direct drill. I think that actually would be an appropriate one to put onto this map, because we need to run the Proceed mod, and we can't use these with the Proceed mod. It doesn't allow us to buy, well, at least it doesn't allow us to buy the TF1500, which is the tank extension. So we're not going to try that today. We're not going to try getting it. I think that we will just go straight for a 6-meter... Oh, not that one. That's a row crop one. We want this one here. The Rapid A600S. This one takes seed. It doesn't take any fertilizer anyway. And direct drill, absolutely perfect. And then we've got this one as the row crop one, so we can run that one at the same time. And if we really need to, we can always stick the small one on one of the little tractors and get that one doing some planting as well. So we're going to buy this one. Buy, yes. Right, that is 52,000. And we can get going with some planting, but we're not going to start the planting just yet. We're going to go into beet harvesting. We've got some beets that we need to lift. I would really like to use this one. We won't be using it on this map. That is probably just going to be on the time-lapse map, but I may be able to get it into our large-scale end of the week another time. Now, we decided that we weren't going to buy these. We're just going to lease them, because we just can't afford to buy them, and we're only doing one harvest with them, so it really makes no sense to buy them. So we lease both of these, yes, okay, and back out of there. Now, the potato one, we ended up, what we needed to do was to get that one run separately, the topper, but we didn't need to, we had to run it separately. We couldn't run both of them together. However, for this lot, it does appear that we can run both of them together, which is excellent. That's something that we would like to be able to do. So let me just lower the weight down. We're going to leave a whole load of machinery here. It is a little bit untidy. We will have a tidy up another time. We'll come back through, pick up a load of stuff. We've got trailers to gather up, the balers and everything else to get going. But we're going to get the sugar beet harvester over to our field and get it ready. We're not going to start doing any sugar beet today. We will do the sugar beet tomorrow. That is going to be what we're going to do tomorrow. And we will do what we're doing with the combine. We'll just keep popping over and emptying it out so that one can just keep running. But we're not going to spend too much time worrying about the combine. So let me just come over here and pick that one up as well. There we go. So we've got both of these. Let's head over to the field. How is our pigs doing? Let's just take a quick look. 295 in 1 minute. We're going to get another... pigs that make 296, and that's actually 100%. That surprises me. I thought that would have stayed at 99% because it's not all in green. Maybe it's because it was in red. It might just be the cattle that have got to be all in green. I'm not actually sure now. We shall see. I am really looking forward to being able to start selling some pigs. Our million euros that we had, we are now down to 87,000 euros. One thing that we haven't yet bought that we do want to get before we leave this place is sheep. So we're going to have to make sure that we leave enough money to be able to buy some sheep. Not quite sure how we're going to do that. What do we got here? Great demand at grain elevator for wheat. Okay. We won't be selling any wheat. Oh, I completely forgot. We've got our silage, haven't we? We've got to sell all that silage. So tomorrow, well, not only are we going to be doing our sugar beet harvest, we're also going to be selling silage, and we've got to get the conveyor belts. We've got to buy some conveyor belts. We've got to get them over there and get them set up. I think that's just going to involve several trips back and forth with the tractor, just taking conveyor belts over to the silage clamp. I can't think of any quicker way to do it. I don't want to bother leasing a transporter. I don't think that it is actually worth leasing a transporter. So I'll just have to run them over there in my own time. I might actually do it before next episode so it's ready to go and we can get the conveyor belt set up. We don't want to be selling huge chunks all at once. Apparently, if you put more than 50,000 litres in, anything over the 50,000 gets wasted. So we don't really want to be doing that. But if you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. My weekly question for this week, I'm just going to... I'll tell you what, I'm going to park this tractor up here, and then we're going to go over to the combine, and we're just going to see how that one is getting on. We'll drag these 2 trailers through, empty them out, and then we can nip over to the combine and start unloading again. My weekly question is, which map do you want to go to next? We have got, including this week, 4 weeks left, so it's actually 3 and a bit weeks now. We have 5 maps to choose from. All of them are available on Mod Hub, so you can download them and investigate them. These first 2 are both in the beta section, so you can only get them if you are on PC. One is Giants Island... Oh, no, that's not on it. Giants Island 09 is actually in the approved section, so you should be able to download that onto... hang on, looking for that one there. It's in the approved section, so you should be able to download that one on consoles. So Giants Island 09 is the first option. The second option, this one is in the beta section. That is Watea Valley from New Zealand, a big grass map. I think it's really well done, looks really interesting. It's a different approach, I think. It's not just another, basically the same old in a different, with different scenery. It's a very unique take on how things are done. So that one could be quite fun. Then we have got Vogelsberg, which is medium-sized fields on a small map, which means that we would have small to medium-sized machinery on it. That one looks really good. That is a really well-made map. And then finally we've got my 2 favourite ones out of these 5. One of them, both of these maps are very small fields, small scale all the way through. It's absolutely perfect for what we want at this end of the week. One of them is Lossberg. The other one is Old Streams. Both of these should be available on console, I think. They're in the approved section of Mod Hub. So Old Streams and Lossberg, both very similar maps, both absolutely breathtakingly fantastic and very, very small scale. So it's your vote, it's your game. Head in the comment section down below, let us know which one you want, and of course don't forget to actually cast your vote by mousing over in the top right hand corner, over the little white circle with the little eye in the middle of it. I think that is all I've got time for today. I'll just carry on with this a little bit. We've got the sugar beet ready to go tomorrow, and we're also going to have conveyor belts up at the biogas plant so we can start selling our silage, which should hopefully give us enough money to buy our first sheep, and we can get those established as well. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.